Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. He's my shepherd. Jesus is my shepherd.
Yeah.
Hallelujah. My keeper. Hallelujah. He will direct my path.
Mm-hmm.
Hallelujah. Sometimes you ever been by yourself and you start getting low in the spirit
That's right.
and everything. And that thing, as soon as you let Satan get in there, he'll take that and run with it.
Yeah, yeah.
But God have to come back. He told me once, he said, you need to come up out of Lodebar.
Mm-hmm.
Come up out of Lodebar. But he didn't just leave me there. He gave me a scriptures about Lodebar,
Yeah.
what it meant. You know, and how, thank God for you, Pastor. Lodebar is a place where people are in sorrow. It's like what my son called the ghetto.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the low ghetto, you know, higher. See, God began to remind me on how I wasn't going here, y'all, but y'all don't mind. I just like this story. God reminded me on how Mephibosheth, you know, that's Saul's grandson.
Mm-hmm.
He reminded me about Mephibosheth on how, you know, when Saul got killed and Jonathan got killed, David became the king. Okay, now, when David became king, Jonathan had some children. Jonathan had made a pact with David. They were so close, they were very close. And they made a promise that they would see after each other's family, you know, if anything happened. Well, when I'm sorry, you know, Saul and Jonathan died because they died at the same time. David began to take control of everything, and he began to ask a question. He said, do Jonathan have any relatives that survived and that, you know, that lived? And somebody said, Jonathan has a son. And then he asked, where was the son? I think they began to tell him the story about what happened. That son, when the people, when they were killing people and everything, the nurse picked that son up and she took him with her. But see, she dropped him. In our days, when we drop our children, we rush them to the hospital. Well, see, there was no hospital back then. She took him on down to that area to hide him. And his poor little legs got crippled because there was nobody there to nurse those legs, back to health. But what happened is he grew up with crippled legs. Well, somebody told David about him. His name was Mephibosheth. Yes. They said Jonathan has a son named Mephibosheth. He's down in Lodebar. He's go get him. Now, when he brought him out, Mephibosheth thought that he was going to hurt him, but he wasn't going to hurt him. This story came up because, Mephibosheth was Saul's grandson.
Mm-hmm.
Saul was the first king. Jonathan wouldn't have been the king, but he knew that God had appointed David as king. But the thing of it is what happened is, so when the family was deceased and everything, it's like everything would have gone to the next king, But David brought that young man there, and he treated him like it was his. What he did is he restored his grandfather's wealth. He restored his daddy's wealth.
Yeah.
Then he began to set that young man at his table, like he was his son.
That's right.
And I keep imagining the tablecloth, it may not be the cloth, but this is my imagination, on the side.